My mother came here as a migrant, and I'm proud to say that she came here to build the NHS. And when we hear this, I want to say this: if you're Polish and Bulgarian, you're welcome here. That's what we have to say. They're attacking the Irish travellers, you're welcome here. And those racists of the EDL, I'm glad that Tommy Robinson, we put him in prison, because we blocked everywhere he tried to march, and we sent one message: the streets of Tower Hamlets, they belong to us. They belong to the Muslims there, they belong to black and white, they belong to Jews that defended Cable Street. And when they say, last week they celebrated the life of Nelson Mandela, but we remember Margaret Thatcher saying that she wanted Nelson Mandela hanged. And what we say, the reason why South Africa is free is because people like us stood out and said we will stand out against racism, we will stand out against fascism and Islamophobia. That's what's made the difference. So when they try and divide us on that basis, we have to reject that. There's another man that I would like to reject as well. His name's Nigel Farage. And I want to say this: the only point I want with Nigel Farage is when I pour it over his head, because he says he's scared when people are multilingual on a train. He says he hears many languages on the train that he's on. Well, learn some other than English and you'll be a happier person. The world is multicultural and multilingual, and it's going to stay that way. And it's about time you join the human race and make sure that you understand that you should stop scapegoating people. I want to remember Doreen Lawrence for speaking up for Stephen Lawrence and saying that there's something wrong in this society when the racists do not get stopped and the anti-racists get spied on for standing up for everybody. If the resources are going to be used not on spying on anti-racists, let's stop the fascists from murdering people. Mohammed Salim, a 75-year-old Muslim, was murdered by Nazis. And what we have to say is no more racist murders, no more Islamophobia, no more division on that basis. And the reason why this square is filled is because people have come from Sheffield, people have come from Derby, Newcastle, and I'll end up with, and Brighton, and I'll end up with saying this: there's a message from Greece. There are 10,000 people in Athens now standing out against Golden Dawn. There's 1,000 people in Glasgow standing out against the BNP. There's 500 people in Cardiff. There's 500 people in New York. There are people in Bratislava. There are people in Poland, in Germany, in France, standing as we are in every square, saying that we are standing against racism and fascism. I'd like to introduce the new thing. Would like to introduce some music. I have to say this: Nazis and racists, they can't dance, they can't sing, and they've got no culture. We have. So we have poetry, music, and I want to introduce the band. Jamie Joseph has just been signed to Sony and been going around this country standing up for love music, hate racism, and he's about to entertain you. And you better remember that you heard him here first, without paying, right? Because now he's signed to Sony, you'll have to pay next time. So he's born in Derby, and he started working with us against the EDL and the BNP. He's a soul singer, R&B singer, and he's been signed to Sony. Please, can I introduce Jamie Joseph?